Hi everyone. Hi, good morning. Good morning sa inyo lahat. Can you hear me? Okay, so yan, magandang umaga sa inyo. And today we're going to have ano ba? Parang start na kasi ng sabihin natin summer, hindi na summer eh, no? Pero ng break summer, gawin na natin summer break series natin dito sa Learn with Laika ng sa Learn It Like Alive. So, ibig sabihin nun, imbis na pag-uusapan natin yung say grammar lessons which we will do rin naman or yung math lessons, I'm thinking na dahil summer break, we're going to talk about skills or things that you could explore, mga projects na pwede nyo simulan, lalo na if you are at home and iniisip niyo ano gagawin ko, wala ng school or wala ng homework. So, as the first episode dito sa ating mini-series, we're going to talk about podcasting. Now, ano yung podcasting, ano yung ginagawa doon, at paano kayo makakapag-start din ng podcast na sarili ninyo. Okay? So, mag-rounds tayo dun sa things that I do. And again, hindi lang ito for students, hindi na ito for learners. If you want to, I guess, think about having a hobby, which could be lucrative or which could also be a way to earn extra money in the future, then you may want to follow along dito sa series na ito. So, yan, good morning sa inyong lahat watching sa Kumu. Ayan. So, good morning, Mayonnaise. Salamat sa mga nagpapagift sa ating Kumu, sa mga nag-share. Si Mad Mike, nag-share na siya sa live natin. Hi, Ate Ray. Kumusta? Good morning. Marjen, thank you. Everyone watching din on TikTok, good morning sa inyong lahat. Ayan. So, we are going to talk about uh, yun nga, how to start your own podcast ngayon. Parang crash course lang siya into it. And again, if you want to know more, let me know in the comment section or message me. Ayan, I'm thinking of doing another podcasting 101 webinar. Nagawa natin yung workshop first batch last year. Yun. So, tingnan natin if we can do one more this year kung interested kayo. So, yan ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. And since I have an hour with you, so kasama ninyo ako hanggang 12 noon, susubukan ko na ipakita sa inyo lahat from end to end. Ibig sabihin mula doon sa paggawa ng idea, kung anong topic, hanggang doon sa pag-upload ng episode, ipapakita ko sa inyo ngayon. Ayan. So, si Sheen or Shean sa Maniego, if I've been wanting to make my personal podcast, Ready to Listen Coach. Okay, yan. So, yung kaway-kaway sa mga nagpo-podcast na at gustong matuto mag-podcast, ayan, this is for you. Yan, hihintay daw ni Judy Ann. Sige. Okay. So, we are going to jump right into the discussion. Pero good morning na rin sa mga nasa TikTok. Si Jack, I saw you in a commercial. Oh, thank you, Jack. I hope that's a good thing na you saw me. I hope you're happy you saw me. So, hello, R. Chris, and hi, Sir JM. Kumusta na? Ayan, kumusta na kayong lahat? Okay. So, yung mga nagtatanong kung paano namin nagagawa lahat, it really is a labor of love in many ways. So I'll show you exactly what platforms I use. This is not a sponsored video, by the way. So hindi po ito sponsored. I'll just show you kung ano yung ginagawa ko. Okay? So Romer is watching from Bangkok, Thailand. Ayan, kung saan tayo nanggaling. Hi Paolo, kumusta ka na? Yan, matagal na tayong hindi nakapag-usap din. And of course, my sister, si Ate Abby, watching daw sa kabilang kwarto. Hello sa inyo. Ayan. Game. So, isang oras lang kaya mag-share na ako ng screen ko, ng aking PowerPoint. Let me show you. Ayan. Okay. Okay. So, creating a podcast. Yan. Nilalaro ko pa yung title ng series natin. Medyo pilit to ng konti, pero I call it show 2. Kasi how to, 'di ba? Maraming how to videos, how to ganyan, how to create a podcast, how to create a YouTube channel or film videos. Pero I want to call it show to kasi I'll show you how to. Okay? Hmm? Corny ba? Pero yun yung hashtag natin for the series, show to. I'll show you how to create a podcast. Okay? Now, let's start with the question muna, what is a podcast? Ano ba yung podcast? Ano ba yung tinatawag na podcast na yan? And why do so many people have podcasts these days? Now, excited ako sa totoo lang sa future ng podcasting here in the Philippines kasi it's still growing. I said this before na rin, podcasting in the Philippines right now in 2021 feels a lot like YouTube felt back in 2016, 2017. So if you want to be a content creator, if you want to just, start something, have a creative outlet, express yourself, or even build a community, which is really a good benefit of podcasting, it's a good option for you. Okay, now, ano ba muna yung definition niya? Now, ang sabi sa dictionary is that a podcast is a digital audio file. So, audio siya, made available on the internet for downloading to a computer or mobile device, typically available as a series, new installments of which can be received by subscribers automatically. So, basically, it's like a show talaga. Show din siya, pero dumarating siya as an audio file. Ibig sabihin, pinapakinggan siya. Tapos, if you follow the podcast or subscribe to it, yun, masusundan ninyo yung bawat episode niya sa isang series. Now, if you want an example, I actually have a number of podcasts. A number na talaga. No? So, una, we have the Get Hired series. Yung Get Hired series, I started this back in 2018. And I'll tell you the story na lang later. So, it's in 2018, it's all about tips, tricks, and techniques on finding your dream job. So, yung mga job interview questions na sinasagot natin, tell me something about yourself, mga ganon. I try to help you answer those questions. Okay? So, we also talk about career tips, etc. doon sa Get Hired podcast. Now, I have a second podcast. This is my personal podcast, yung Trying Hard. And Trying Hard podcast, which is where naman I get to talk about the things that I want to talk about. Like, na hindi masama maging try hard, na ano ba yung problema if you're smart, ano yung struggles if you're living with anxiety, ano yung pagkakaiba niya sa living in anxiety. So a lot of the more personal stuff dito sa Trying Hard. We just released an episode of the Trying Hard podcast nung Sunday night. I talked about being alone but not lonely. Tapos yung Get Hired din, meron din tayong bagong episode. Okay, nung Get Hired today. So, ang schedule niya is Trying Hard every Sunday night, tapos Get Hired every Tuesday morning ang release. So again, it's a weekly thing. Parang weekly show siya. So, dalawa siya. Tapos, we have a new podcast, which is the Learn with Lyqa podcast. And yun yung gagawin natin today. So yung Learn with Lyqa naman na podcast, it's all about learning. So whether English yan, math, or study tips, doon tayo sa Learn with Lyqa. But the difference is, it's bite-sized. Ibig sabihin, yung Get Hard kasi minsan 10 minutes, 20 minutes, minsan it runs to 30 minutes. Trying Hard, ganun din. Yung Learn with Lyqa, ang target natin is 5 minutes maximum. So ibig sabihin, maikli siya, tapos nandun siya lahat. Now, all of these 3 podcasts are available on Spotify right now, and available din sila sa Apple Podcasts and everywhere you get your podcast. Now, may tanong si Aya Powers, where does she hold her podcasts? If we're talking about the platform, again, all of them are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. But what we use to put them up, what I've used since before, nung Get Hired pa lang, is actually Anchor. No, now, it's really easy ngayon. Natutuwa nga ako kasi when I started yung Get Hired podcast, yung Anchor, available lang siya on Anchor. Pero na-acquire kasi ng Spotify yung Anchor. So ngayon, kapag meron kang Anchor podcast, automatic, available na siya. Halos automatic. You just need to wait a bit. Available na siya on Spotify. So, sobrang lalong mas dumali. Madali na noon, mas madali pa ngayon. So, yun yung reason why we are up on Spotify ngayon. And I'm really grateful again sa lahat ng nakikinig. So, nagsasabi naman yung mga nakikinig sa podcast. Maraming salamat sa inyo lahat. You made it happen na both of the podcasts actually, yung unang dalawa, kasi isang episode pa lang yung Learn with Lyqa, Pero yung unang dalawa, they are both on the top list ng podcasts here in the Philippines. And actually, nakita ko lang a few days ago na yung Get Hired pala is the number one business podcast on Apple Podcasts here in the Philippines. So, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Ayan, si Sir JM daw nakikinig ng Trying Hard habang tumatakbo. Ayan. So, maraming salamat sa inyong pakikinig at sa pag-share sa inyong mga friends. So, now that we're done with that, it's a quick little intro. I'll talk to you about equipment to use. Now, lagi ko sinasabi sa inyo when it comes to equipment, sa content creation, ito yung ating pinaka war cry. The best equipment to use are the ones you already have. Ibig sabihin, yung iba sa inyo, maybe, naririnig ko yan, sabi ni Calix, gusto niya na rin daw, this is a sign, nagagawa na rin ako ng podcast, no? Pero yung iba kasi, ang sasabihin nila would be, wala akong gamit. Wala akong magandang gamit. Wala akong ganito. So, nakikita niyo, wala akong ganyan wala akong mic na mamahalin or anything. Hindi ako pwedeng mag-start ng podcast. Now, I want to tell you a story kasi a lot of people say na, okay, pag nagpa-podcast ka, ito yung nasa isip natin, di ba? Yung parang, okay, meron siyang mic, meron siyang laptop, meron siyang everything. But the truth is, yung Get Hired podcast natin, and you can listen to the first few episodes, those were made with just my phone. Minsan pa nga, wala pa nga akong ganito. So, alam niyo yung headphones lang ng iyong phone. Minsan wala pa. Minsan nakaganito lang ako sa phone dun sa first few episodes ng Get Hired. Tapos nung nakaipon na ako, naka-level up ako, nakabili ako ng ganitong mic. This is the Samsung na pocket na mic. Dala-dala ko siya. So, nung time na yon, I think it was 2017 ba or 18, my family and we went to Korea. Tapos dala-dala ko siya. So, paggabi, habang natutulog sila, gumagawa ako ng podcast, ito yung ginagamit ko. So, ganito lang siya, pocket lang siyang mic na ganyan. Now, nung after nung medyo nakaipon-ipon na ako, yan, sabi ni Sir JM, solid daw yung mic. Yes, solid tong Samsung na mic na yan. Nakaipon ako last year. Okay, last year, nakabili ako nung Blue Yeti na ganitong klaseng mic. And ngayon, again, nakaipon uli. Meron na tayo ng ganitong klaseng mic. Okay? At saka meron na tayong Rodecaster. Pero again, hindi ibig sabihin na ganito yung gamit ko is dapat ganito yung gamit ninyo pa nagsimula kayo. Kasi I started again with just my phone. So kahit anong gamit ninyo, pwede na kayong mag-start right now. Okay? Meron lang tayong mga ibang tips dyan, which is number 1, papatayin mo yung electric fan sa kwarto, sasarado mo yung bintana, para wala tayong wind noise, wala kang aircon dapat na nakabukas. Yun, yung mga bagay na yan, pwede nyo nang ayusin yan. And just as a cool little tip, you can visit Bea Chu Vlogs on TikTok. Maraming tips si Bea pagdating sa paggamit or sa paggamit ng mga everyday items para ma-improve yung quality ng audio at video ninyo. So, yon. Again, you can just maximize whatever tool you have, tapos gamitin mo na siya. Yung iba talaga kasi pag sasabihin sa akin, Coach, gusto ko mag-start ng podcast. Okay, sige, go. Mag-start ka ng podcast. Sasabihin sa akin, wala akong gamit eh. So, parang sa akin, huwag niyong hintayin na makabili kayo ng gamit. Kung ano yung meron kayo, gamitin niyo na siya. Okay? So, I'll also show you how you can do it with just one device later. Kung gusto niyo naman, nung suggestion ko ng podcast equipment, you can take a screenshot of this. Dito niyo siya makikita yung mga links. So, bit.ly/podcast equipment suggestion. Yan, you can go there and look at the list para ma-survey nyo rin yung price at kung alin yung best sa budget ninyo kung may budget kayo. Okay? So, yan lang muna. Singit lang natin, Mark Louie, happy birthday. Yan po yung next episode next upload ng podcast sa Get Hired. We have one episode today. One new episode today dapat for release. And last week we talked about why do you want this job? Which is really a common question. Tas meron tayo uling question ngayon. Okay? So, steps in creating an episode. Number 1, you have to think about a topic. So, we're assuming ngayon na meron ka ng podcast idea. Now, sisingit ko dito na minsan yung iba, wala namang topic. Talagang hangout lang or gusto lang nila to talk about the issues of the day or minsan kung magkakaibigan kayo, gusto niya lang na mag-usap-usap, pwede rin siya. Sa akin lang, I work better with planning. So, ibig sabihin gusto ko may topic ako at least kasi gusto ko mag-provide ng value dun sa listeners ko. So, I really want a topic. So, then mag-start siya with the topic. Next, you think about the content. Dito na rin papasok, sisingit na natin yung content flow. So, for example, sa Get Tired tsaka sa Trying Hard, meron tayong intro, tapos meron tayong body, minsan may break, tapos yung body, that is where I talk about my points. Kung nakikinig rin kayo ng Trying Hard, I try my best na may mnemonic device. So, ibig sabihin, lahat ng points ko nag-start with an S, with a P, para mas madaling tandaan ng mga listeners. Kasi nga, again, hindi siya video eh. So, hindi nila makikita yung mga text na gusto kong matandaan nila. So, you really have to have an outline for my content. Now, the third thing would be to record the podcast. Again, gamit yung tools that you have, whether it's your phone or maybe your laptop. And again, I'll show you later. Tapos next, we have yung editing. Sa editing, pwede nyo nang putulin yung kung kunwari nabulol ka or nagkaroon ng pause or nagkamali ka, pwede nyo siyang putulin sa editing. Now, ako personally, I try, lalo na nung dati pa, nung phone lang ang gamit ko, na isang round lang. Ibig sabihin, I try to do things without needing to cut kasi mahirap mag-cut pag nasa phone ka lang. So dito na papasok yung kung gusto niyo na meron kayong script, no? Kung gusto niyo na may script yung podcast ninyo, pwede rin siya. Kasi there are a lot of podcasters din who write scripts for their podcast. Sa akin lang, kasi medyo medyo marami akong ginagawa. Hindi ako gumagamit ng script. At saka pag nagsiscript kasi ako, mas lalo ako nasa-stress. So, yon depende na sa inyo yun kung ano yung mas gusto ninyo. Now, maganda lang talaga is kung may script ka, mababawasan yung work for editing kasi babasahin mo na lang siya with feelings, no? Yon. Tapos yung next would be uploading. So, kung aling platform yung gagamitin ninyo. Okay? Now, today, again, I'm going to show you end-to-end. So, ito lang yung general idea natin. Ngayon, magde-develop tayo ng podcast episode together. So, I'm going to create a new episode for the Learn with Lyqa podcast. So, dun sa mga hindi yun nakita, yan. Ito yung third podcast natin, yung Learn with Lyqa. Gagawa tayo ng quick little episode for this. This is just, again, a 3 to 5 minute na podcast episode. Now, yung first episode kasi ng Learn with Lyqa was about prepositions of address, no? So, we talked about in, on, and at kailan sila gagamitin. Now, the thing is, last time, straight English siya, no? English yung buong episode. But dahil baby pa yung Learn with Lyqa podcast, mag-A-B testing tayo. Pag tinawag na, ang sinasabi doon sa A-B testing is, titingnan natin kung ano yung mas gusto ng listeners, kung straight English ba siya or Taglish ba siya. So today, what we're going to do is I'm going to record an episode about math that is in Taglish. Okay? So it's just a casual 5-minute episode na in Taglish. Okay? Or in English. Yan. Depende na lang sa preference. Okay? Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to switch lang yung aking device. Ayan. Okay. So, I'm going to switch my device. Dito lang tayo sa ating tablet. I'll show you one of the tools that I use first. Okay? So, this is yung Anchor app. Ayan, papakita namin sa inyo. Okay. So, ito yung Anchor na app. Ayan, kasi baby podcast nga itong Learn with Lyqa, no? You can download this right now. Again, this is not a sponsored post, no? Anchor on your phone. Tapos, pwede ka nang mag-sign up using your email. Tapos, yun, pwede ka na rin mag-add ng details ng podcast mo, kung ano yung title niya, kung para saan siya, ganon. So, ito yung pinaka-landing page niya. Again, we already have one episode, itong prepositions of location. Tapos again, ang maganda sa Anchor, kapag na-upload na siya sa Anchor, siya na mismo yung magdi-distribute sa iba-ibang mga podcast platforms kasama yung Spotify. So itong part na to, pwede nyo na lang din i-explore kapag meron na kayong podcast ninyo. Tapos, masaya rin siya kasi meron din siyang create tab. Ibig sabihin, you can really create a podcast right on your tablet or right on your phone. Ayan. And again, just as a reference, yung Get Hired podcast, nung nagsisimula siya, yung first season, halos lahat yun dito ko lang din ginawa. So, pwede talaga siya na dito siya mismo. So, we're just going to play around with the episode. If we manage to do it well, then we will upload it. Okay? Tapos you can listen to it later na lang din. Okay? So, I'll show you a little bit of a sample lang of what could happen. Ayan. You have yung gamit ko, the recording deck nito, ito yung Rodecaster Pro. We can use this. Again, you can use just your voice on your phone. Pwede din naman 'yon. Nasa sa inyo na 'yan. Okay? Now, when it comes to writing my notes, I do use note-taking para lang ma-help ako dun sa paggawa ng podcast. For example, let's think of a simple topic to discuss. Ayan, nag-request pala si Judy Ann. Sunod sana ma'am, if possible, paggawa ng scripts for podcast. Well, sige, ganito. I'll just write a script for this episode para I can show you na ngayon. Let's just conceptualize yung topic muna. So, let's do something simple, yung something I can teach right off the bat. Let's do divisibility rules. Okay? Kasi ito, madali lang. Divisibility, tapos, if a number is divisible by 3. Okay? So, it's a math topic. So let's check if the number is divisible by 3. So ang flow na niyan would be, I will introduce it. So how do you know? How do you know if, let's think of a big number. 300, let's do 426. Yan. Is divisible, divisible by 3. Or wag na how do you know, is na lang para mas strong siya. Yan. Is 426 divisible by 3? So ito yung ating hook question sa ating podcast. So yan, mahilig ako maglagay ng hook pagdating sa scripts. If you notice, kahit sa TikTok videos natin, or even sa YouTube videos, di ba? Sa TikTok, kaya sabihin ko, narinig niyo na ba yung fill up on yung form? Diba? Tama ba yan o mali? Pag-usapan natin in this new Learn with Lyqa video. So, ayun, I like adding a question kasi it hooks people para makinig pa sila or para manood pa sila. So, yan. Is 426 divisible by 3? Yan. How do you know if it is? Kunyari lang. Let's talk about that. That in this new Learn with Lyqa, medyo formulaic na siya eh. Podcast episode. Yan. So, ito na yung ating topic. And then, iikutin na lang natin siya dyan. Okay? So, I'll switch devices. Hindi, okay. Ito na lang din. Sige. I can type naman here naman na. ang konyo, I can type naman na here naman na. Ang daming na. Ano daw? Sorry ah. Medyo ano pa yung utak ko eh. Pag English speaking yung kausap ko ng gabi or before, yan, nahihirapan yung utak ko minsan mag-switch. Ayan. Sige. So, we're just going to type it. So, Learn with Lyqa, divisibility. Nakikita ba nila? T. Okay. Ito na lang din. Okay, dito na lang. Yan. Okay, tatype ko lang yun. So hindi, wag na natin. Nandiyan na rin naman siya. Okay. To find out, explanation na siya. To find out if a number is divisible by 3, all you have to do is add the each digit of the number and to see if that the sum is divisible by 3. Okay. So again, it's all about phrasing na. Um One thing para sa mga teachers natin, may mga teachers bang nanonood? One thing sa mga teachers na nanonood na I could suggest would be, ako, I try to make it seem easy. Kasi if you make it seem easy, the kids will sometimes think, okay, mukhang madali nga talaga siya. Okay? So, katulad niyan, to find out if a number is divisible by 3, all you have to do is, kapag sinabi natin all you have to do is kasi parang, yun lang pala. 'Di ba? Parang binebenta ko sa kanila yung yung idea that it's easy. It's actually an easy thing to do. Pero syempre yung iba kasi pag sinabi natin na to find out if a number is divisible by 3, here's what you have to do. Pag sinabi kong here's what you have to do, 'di ba ang dating niya parang okay fine, inuutusan niya ba ako? So again, may onting nuances yun na gano'n. May mga differences yung the way that we say things. So very important yun to think about if you are writing your script. So ano ba yung swabe pakinggan, maganda pakinggan, and encouraging. So pag sinabi ko na, to find out if a number is divisible by 3, all you have to do is, number 1, step 1, add each digit of the number. Number 2, see if the sum is divisible by 3. For example, let's take the number. Ano ba yung number na ginamit natin kanina? 426. Yan. 426. The digits of that number are 4, 2, and 6. Let's add all of, wag na lang. Kasi nag-let's na tayo kanina. 4 plus 2 plus 6 is 12. Okay. The next thing we have to do, is to check if that sum, 12, is divisible or can be divided by 3 without a remainder. 12 divided by 3 is 4, which means that 426 is divisible by 3. Okay. So, yon. Just a quick little explanation. Tapos, another clue here for the teachers or for people who want to create their own podcasts. Kaibigan ninyo yung mga leading phrases or leading words. Kagaya ng, the next thing we need to do, or next, or then, o kaya after that, yan. Yung mga ganong klaseng words, friend natin siya. Kasi again, we have to understand that the people listening to the podcast will not see yung actual na solution. So we really need to make this as visual sa kanila kahit hindi nila nakikita. So, kailangan natin i-explain na maigi. So, the next thing we need to do is to check if that sum, tapos sasabihin mo uli, 12, the number 12 is divisible, yan, by 3. We can check if we're right by using a calculator to divide 426 by 3. Yan. It should give you, ilan ba yun? 142. A whole number. So, the technique works. Now, let's try try using, this is extra na, no? Actually, pwede nang hindi. Pero let's try using, let's use a small number na lang. 88. The number 88. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 divided by 3. 3 is 5. Remainder 1. Which means 88 is not divisible by 3. Okay. You can use this technique for other numbers too. Try is, let's think of another one. 700, hindi, masyado mataas, is 252 divisible by 3. How about 145? Paano natin ilan to? Okay. Ay, okay. You can keep practicing. Let's do that. Keep practicing to build up your speed. And don't forget to follow the podcast for more English, math, and for more free lessons. Happy learning. Happy learning. Okay. Okay na yan. Let's do it. Okay. So, yeah, and this is just a quick script we drummed up. Now it's time to record. So, can I use my camera here? Kung mag-camera ba ako, makikita nila? Hindi. Ayan. Okay. So, here's my rig right now. Right now lang ha. Again, I started with just my phone. So, ito yung gagamitin natin ngayon. Ayan, ano tayo, vlogception. So, this is the Rodecaster Pro. Just a simple rig. Yan ang gagamitin natin ngayon. Tapos, yan, bibitaw muna ako really quickly kasi magre-record ako. Okay? Wait lang ha. Ayan, gagamitin natin yung script that we wrote today. Yan. Papatayin ko lang yung aking mga yung aircon tsaka yung fan kasi kahit na maganda na yung gamit, maririnig pa rin siya. Sige, wait lang ha. Ayan, okay, game. Check ko lang yung audio. Ayan. Okay. Sige, magre-record na tayo. Is 426 divisible by 3? How do you know if it is? Let's talk about that in this new Learn with Leica podcast episode. To find out if a number is divisible by 3, all you have to do is step 1, add each digit of the number, and step 2, see if that sum is divisible by 3. Let's take the number. Okay, let's do that again. Okay lang yun. To find out if a number is divisible by 3, all you have to do is step 1, add each digit of the number, and step 2, see if the sum is divisible by 3. Let's take the number 426. The digits of that number are 4, 2, and 6. 4 plus 2 is 6, plus 6 will give us 12. Now, the next thing we need to do is to check if that sum, 12, is divisible or can be divided by 3 without a remainder. 12 divided by 3 is 4, which means that 426 is divisible by 3. We can check if we're right by using a calculator to divide 426 by 3. It should give you 142, which is a whole number. So, our technique works. Now, let's try using the number 88. 8 and 8 are its digits. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 divided by 3 is going to give us 5 remainder 1, which means 88 is not divisible by 3. You can use this technique for other numbers too. Is 252 divisible by 3? How about 145? Keep practicing to build up your speed, and don't forget to follow the podcast for more free lessons. Happy learning! Okay na yan. Okay, so pwede na yon. Yan, tatry na natin ngayon i-edit yung episode. Okay, so sabi ni Joel, maganda, maganda daw yung gadget, sana all. Again, no, Joel, if you were listening kanina, it didn't start out this way. So I started creating the podcast with just my phone. Ang mga ito ay katas na rin ng podcast. So iniipon lang natin. And that's basically what I do even with the YouTube channel. Kapag kumbaga may kinita yung YouTube channel, ginagawa ko lang is yan, binabalik ko lang siya by buying new equipment for the team. Yan. Ayan. So, lipat lang ako ng gamit. Ayan. So, yeah. I just reinvest the money. So, ibig sabihin, bibili ako ng, yan, bibili ako ng mic, bibili ako um, ng, ng software, bibili ako ng laptop, ayan, to reinvest dun sa ating project. Ayan. So, kinuha ko lang yung ating file. Ayan. I'll walk you through naman what I do with the editing part. Ayan. Let me just show you my screen. Ayan. I'll show you the screen for editing. Thank you, Joel. And yes, ano lang talaga, tiyagaan lang. Alam niyo, sa start talaga, it's hard kasi syempre you only have a few resources. Pero the thing is, you really have to just make the most out of it. Yun, that is what I do. So, yan. This is my garage band setup. So, what I do sometimes is, yeah, I already have yung template. So, you can see it right here. Ito na yung pinili ko na audio for Learn with Lyqa. So, this is just, again, a pet project naman. Dadagdag lang natin yung ating track or yung ating bagong lesson for this episode. Yan, dinelete ko lang yung una. Yung track. Add audio file. Add natin yung podcast 86. Ito ba yun? Okay. Yan. Yan. Kasi dito nagkamali ako doon, so I'll just cut. Yan. Dalawa lang naman yung mali, isa lang naman yung mali doon. So, yun lang. Yan. Okay na yun. So, yan. Tapos na siya. I know parang yun yung tatawag nating guerrilla type ng content creation. So, dinali na lang natin dun sa, okay, wala masyadong mali. So, buo na tayo dyan. Visibility is how, how do you know if the visibility? Wait, hindi na lang. Ay, wait. Ganyan. So, yan. Okay. Tapos na yung ating episode. Yan. Switch na lang din ako ng aking mic. Okay. Yan. So, tapos na siya. Naka-save na siya dito. All I have to do now is to upload it on Anchor. So, actually, I can do it using my laptop, my phone, or my tablet. So, tapos na tayo, na-edit na yon. Pinatong ko lang siya dun sa quick track. So, 2 minutes lang pala yung episode na yon. Punta na ako sa Anchor. And I'll show you kung paano rin siya i-upload para kompleto tayo. Ayan. Share ko lang yung screen. Ayan. Okay. There you go. So, ito naman yung itsura nung Anchor pagdating sa desktop. Ayan. Tapos, new episode tayo. Okay? Tapos sa new episode, again, it looks like yung nakikita nyo rin sa tablet, no? Pwede tayong mag-click to upload or drag files. Yan. Tapos, nasa desktop siya nakasave. Ito, divisibility by 3. I-upload lang natin siya dyan. Yan. Hopefully, maayos naman yung ating internet para mabilis. Okay. Sir JM, how do you create your podcast art? This one, I just made the line art. Tapos, I had someone from my team. Si ikaw ba gumawa nito? Si Zandy yung gumawa nung thumbnail for the podcast. So, ano bang ginamit mo dun? Canva, halo-halo. So, Procreate for the line art, the manual things, tapos Canva. Yan. Canva is a magic tool. So, yan. Again, I'm not paid to say that, no? Hindi to sponsored post. I'm just saying. So, Procreate plus Canva, yan ang aming toolkit. Ayan. So, ito na siya, divisibility by 3. Isang episode na siya. So, now we are going to save episode. Ayan. Tapos, lalagyan na natin yung title. So, how do you know is 426 divisible by 3? Na kung mapapansin nyo rin, kadalasan kung ano yung hook ko dun sa intro ng podcast, kahawig niya rin yung episode description kasi it kind of serves the same purpose. Divisible by 3. Let's find out. There's a really quick technique that can help you learn that together in this podcast. Yan, episode number 2. Episode na ba tayo dito? Wala pa. Ayan. Okay na yan? So, publish now. Ayan. So, the fun part is, again, ayan, publish na siya. So, it should be available within the day. Usually yan within the day, in a few minutes, nandun na siya. So, right now, again, with your help, a little bit, no, we have 2 episodes na for the Learn with Like a podcast. Prepositions of location, and then yung is 426 divisible by 3. Okay? So, yan. 'Di ba? So, buo na tayo, 2 episodes, and yon, just repeat repeat the process for other lessons or other topics that you may want to talk about. Okay? So, yon, ganun lang. Yes, and Anchor is my best friend mula noong 2018. The thing is, ngayon, things are a little bit different kasi for the other 2 podcasts, we have a partner. We are under Podcast Network Asia. So for those of you who are not familiar with it, it's basically like a company that takes care of podcasters here in the Philippines. And we actually have a producer for the other 2 podcasts, si Nikay. So shout out kay Nikay. At sa PNA din. Ayan, from Anchor na pupunta din po pa sa PNA. Actually, I'll talk about it, Sir JM, no? So, si Nikay, siya yung nagpa-produce ng episodes namin for Get Hired and Trying Hard. So, nire-record ko yung aking part. So, yung nire-record ko siya. Tapos, ibibigay ko yung file kay Nikay. Under Podcast Network Asia siya. Tapos, aayusin nila, lagyan nila kung ano yung lalagay nila, kung music or i-edit nila. Tapos, sila na yung nag-upload doon sa Anchor or sa Spotify. So, yun yung process namin. Pero again, for the Learn with Laika, which I showed you kanina, kasi ako pa rin yung in-house pa rin siya. Ibig sabihin, it's just an experiment. It's me playing around with this new show. It's a new show. Hindi pa namin na ibibigay hindi pa namin natatanong yung PNA kung interested sila. So, ako pa yung gumagawa sa kanya. So, ganun yung arrangement namin with PNA. Sobrang laking help nun sa totoo lang kasi kasi hindi na ako namomroblema sa editing. Yun. Tapos syempre natutulungan din nila kami. dun sa ibang parts like sa brands, etc. Anyway, so ito yung ating payo ni Ate Laika for this episode. We have 4 more minutes together. Be here to be heard. So, yeah, even with podcasting, all you have to do is be here in order to be heard. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Just show up, keep showing up. Yun lagi namin sinasabi. No? And if you already have a podcast, you can go and sign up din sa Podmetrics. You can use our promo code din para ma-integrate kayo dun sa podcast network, and of course for you to get your own if you want brand deals or something like that, you can offer up your podcast there sa Podmetrics. And bahala na si Zandy sa inyo dyan. But again, be here to be heard. Ibig sabihin, just keep showing up, just keep creating content. Hindi tayo magpapapigil sa, okay, wala akong equipment, wala akong gamit. Hindi. Kung ano yung gamit na meron ka, gamitin mo. And then, eventually, you could have yung things that you want din out of yung trabaho na ginawa mo with the equipment that you already have. Yan, yung go to podmetrics.co. Tapos pwede kayo mag-sign up ng inyong podcast. I-verify nyo ng email ninyo and use Trying Hard as your referral code. That would also help us. Okay? And para makilala rin namin kayo at kung ano yung inyong podcast. Ayan, GMS na sana may collab with Cool Pals. Titingnan natin yan. Okay. So, nag-slow down lang ako sa collabs kasi medyo swamped ako sa work right now. Pero yes, we will have more collabs in the future for Trying Hard and Get Hired. Okay? So yan, yun yung ating walkthrough for today. I hope nag-enjoy kayo or at least medyo na ginanahan kayo to start your own podcast. And yan, Trunk says, yay, it's on Spotify. It's on Spotify already. Already? Meron na talaga. And ang bilis dun, ano? Ayan. So, tingnan nga natin. So again, it's really fast actually. I'm happy. Alam niyo sa totoo lang, happy ako na nangyari siya before kasi again 2018 pa yung ano eh. 2018 pa yung Get Hired. Nung time na yon hindi pa naka-merge ang Anchor at ang Spotify. But I'm happy na nagsimula na siya noon pa kasi now it's 'di ba, parang automatic na siya, nauna na rin ako kahit papaano. So again, don't wait to get started, 'di ba? Yun yung dare to dream natin. Eh. Huwag kayong maghintay for permission. If you know it's going to be good, just do it. Yan. Hanapin natin, no? Learn with Laika. Yan na. Learn with Laika podcast with Laika. Okay. Yan. So, andito na siya. Yay! Oh, it's 426 divisible by 3. Ayan. Okay? So, yun, from end to end. Natapos natin in 1 hour. Yay! So, di ba kung meron kang, isang Saturday, meron kang 8 hours to work. O, ilang episodes na rin yun. Pwede mo rin siyang i-stagger, ibig sabihin, wag mo muna siya i-release agad. Pwede mo siyang ipunin muna. Yun. Tapos, meron ka ng content for the next, month or so. Yun. Okay? So, I'm hoping na-encourage kayo. I'm hoping ginanahan kayo. And that's it muna for today. Let me know kung anong gusto niyo matutunan next week. Gusto niyo ba makita kung paano ko ginagawa naman yung mga TikTok videos or yung YouTube videos natin or how I write a book or anything like that. Let me know kung anong skill ang gusto niyo pag-usapan. Again, this is part of our Show To, How To series on for the summer break sa Learn with Laika. And I'll see you next time. Salamat! Ibang platform. So again, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something then. Sorry. I hope you learned something then from me today. And ayun, sana may natutunan kayo. And yes, sa mga nagko-comment na gusto na rin daw nila mag-try mag-podcast, encourage ko kayo to do that. Again, it's really a fun thing to do. Ayan, sabi ni Sir Joel, I can use this podcast in broadcasting my lessons for my students. Yes, definitely. The reason why I jumped back into podcasting sa totoo lang is because I realized that may mga areas pa rin in the Philippines na mabagal yung data for videos. Pero pag podcast kasi audio lang siya, it's very small yung data. Another thing, pwede mo siyang i-download. Basta Spotify, pwede nyo siya i-download for later. So yun, that's also an option. So yes, definitely, it can be used as a teaching tool, and which is kasi nga, kaya nga natin ginagawa yung Learn with Laika podcast. And hopefully, it also helps people who are, say, visually impaired, no? Kung meron tayong people who have problem with their sight. Na-realize ko kasi sa sarili ko, kapag podcast siya, I need to force myself, yun nga again, to write a script and to make sure na naiintindihan siya kahit na hindi siya nakikita. So, I think may application yun for people who can hear but can't see. The problem kasi with the YouTube videos, I rely on, di ba syempre kasi nakikita nila eh. So binubirugan ko, ito, tinuturo ko lang. Ito, i-add mo dito, di ba? Eh syempre pag nakikinig ka tapos hindi mo nakikita, hindi mo siya maintindihan. So, yun yung benefit niya. Alright? Sabi ni Prince, wala po bang recorded live nito? Pwede niyong abangan sa Learn with Laika YouTube channel, yung ating mga recordings ng live episodes natin. Yeah, we have another channel on YouTube. Again, Learn with Laika on YouTube. You can find it there. Pag in-edit, isi-scrub lang natin to, tapos i-upload din ng ating team. Kung gusto niyo panoorin yung how to make a podcast end-to-end, it will appear doon sa ating channel na yun. Learn with Laika on YouTube. Okay? Sige, yun na muna for now. I also have a bunch more things to do. So magkikita-kita tayo. Meron akong talk mamaya with a bunch of students sa isang school. So yung mga online ngayon na nandun sa school na yun, magkikita-kita tayo mamaya. Alright, so I'll see you next time, guys. And as you always say, di ba? Ano ba? Anong as you always say ito? Never stop learning. And kasama dyan ang skills, kasama dyan ang hobbies, and hopefully it can help you even earn in the future. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Bye. Bye.
Dear you. Yes, you. You who's been with me since the beginning. You who's new and just starting. And you who just stumbled into this video. You. Welcome to the team. Our team is a group of learners, teachers, speakers, and listeners. A team of misunderstood misfits who no longer fear mistakes. For we know that though they may break us, they do not make us. We choose to learn even when we lose. We are a group of stories and hard-earned testimonies. And this year, team, I dare you. I dare you to dream. Dare to dream big. Dream dreams that scare you. Dreams so impossible, unreachable, that they take your breath away. Dare to step outside your comfort zone. Go for something. Go get somewhere. Go be someone. Dare to dream today. Not someday or soon or someday soon. Don't wait for someone's permission, the right motivation, or perfect conditions. Those may never, ever come. Time is running out, my friend. You'd better start running too. Dare to dream for you. Dare to dream for others. Dare to dream for others like you. For if a shy, stuttering introvert like me can find the courage to speak to thousands of people like you, I am living proof that dreams can, will, and do come true. Dare to dream. Take that first step. For if the universe can start from nothing, and everything else must start from something, let that one thing be this. Here, now, with you. Love, Lyqa.